Oh yeah, got that Grape Davis, best wide receiver in the league, off the Vine t-shirt. Also, Toronto Blue Jay fans, I just got one thing to say to you. Enjoy your off season. Anyway, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video and happy Thursday. In today's video, we are going to be going back on Twitter and I'm going to be reacting to your guys' NFL apologies. Yes, yesterday I made another tweet asking you guys to give me players or teams you were wrong about and give an apology, and there's a chance I'm going to put you in this video. Got a couple hundred replies to go through, so before we hop right into it, don't forget to use code WyattzWorld on G Fuel or Prize Picks, where you can save yourself a discount on any G Fuel products or match up to $100 of your first deposit. But that's all I got. Let's get into me reacting to your apologies. Okay, so real quick before we actually get into the apologies, I have to show you guys this tweet because it's hilarious. This person tweeted Daniel Jones's stats and said, you could tell me this was Justin Jefferson's game-by-game receiving stats and I wouldn't bat an eye. He's not wrong. Yeah, maybe a 320-yard receiving game would get talked about a little bit more, but like, it's not far off. Twitter remains undefeated. Anyway, here's the tweet I made, again, just asking for you guys to give me an apology, but I feel it's only fair that we start off with my apology because I have to give one, otherwise what kind of creator would I be? So my apology goes out to Baker Mayfield. Baker, I'm sorry for dragging your name through the mud over the past 10 months. You play a fine game of football and you have made it farther in life than I could ever dream of. Keep doing what you're doing. Now it's your turn. So first apology we've got from you guys is from Alex, also known as Highlight Heaven. He says he's sorry to Matt Canada. After having his doubts this year about him and the Steelers offense, he has reassured me that he is an offensive guru and I now consider him to be a Steelers legend. Alex. Next apology we got is from my boy Clay. He says he's sorry to the whole Texans team. He says he wasn't familiar with their game and CJ Stroud is looking like a top 10 quarterback right now. Their defense is playing out of their mind, and this reminds me of the first year Cincinnati was good when they got a healthy Burrow and Chase. And then ends by saying this could be a very scary team to upset some teams' playoff chances. Clay, I think you're speaking facts. Derek says he apologizes for actually thinking the Giants might be decent and build off the momentum from last year. Aren't we all, Derek? Aren't we all? Javon Bullard enthusiast says he apologizes to Shane Steichen and Jonathan Gannon. Thought they were both below average coordinators and would probably end up being the worst head coaches, but so far with rebuilding teams, they've both done so much to put their names in winnable games week in and week out. Yeah, I have to agree on that one too. Steichen I wasn't so sure about, but Gannon I thought was one and done, man. I thought he was gonna be like a David Culley. Nux Gaming says, I'm sorry for believing in the Giants as a fan, but that's too common. So, I'm sorry to Anthony Richardson for thinking you weren't gonna be anything and saying you only got drafted because your combine was good and having Will Levis higher than you on my mock draft. Woo! Okay, Anthony's apology is one thing. Having Will Levis higher than him, that's an apology to planet Earth. What? I hated Will Levis, man. It could just be me, but I still think he's garbage. Moving on, we got one from Nate Levin. He says, Zay Flowers, I just didn't like that the Ravens drafted him. I thought OBJ and Mark were good enough, but Zay has been our best receiver so far and his potential is unlimited. Same kind of player as Hollywood Brown, but better at all of it. Really good comparison. And I think that's a good apology too. Josh says, I apologize for saying that Josh Allen is bad because I've always thought that he has been overrated, but he's really proving to be a great quarterback in this league, but he's an interception machine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we can live with that, I guess. Ayuk season says, I'm sorry, Brandon Ayuk, you are him now. Did you just make that account then, or what? Loki just says he needs to see a whole thread of apologies to Brock Purdy, and Loki, I have to tell you, man, you're never gonna get those because people are just never gonna admit he's good because he's always gonna be surrounded by that team, and I'm not agreeing with them, by the way. I'm just saying why you're not gonna get those apologies. I think the guy's a good quarterback. Quakes here says he's sorry to Josh Dobbs and the Cardinals. He had them being the worst team in the league, and they've been pretty much in every game also beating the Cowboys. Josh Dobbs has also just played at a way higher level than I would have thought. You know, I agree with every single statement there. Darian says, I apologize to Ken Dorsey for begging for termination of your contract all offseason. I wasn't familiar with your game. That's dumb, man. Come on. I mean, I love you. I love Bills Mafia, but that's foolish. We were 13-3 and had the second overall offense in the league. Like, what the fuck did you want? Austin Santiago says, I'm deeply sorry, Chiefs. I didn't think the NFL and ESPN could suck up to you any worse. My man. New England Patriots fan says he's sorry to Matt Patricia. Let me explain. He wasn't given a fair chance with the offense in the time he had. And now we can see with Bill O'Brien just how bad the Patriots offense is. Brother, not only do I agree with maniacs down here, but I think you might be the only person in the history of history to ever apologize to Matt Patricia. Tyson Turner says he's sorry to Marcus Davenport. Man is a beast when he's healthy. Fair apology, and I'm not saying you're not creative or anything. I'm just saying, like, this can be said for a lot of people in the league too. Like, a lot. J.K. Dobbins is a really good one to say it for. Micah's son says I better see some apologies for this man. Well, Micah, I think you need to update your name here. But I agree that he deserves apologies. It's just Dak will never, ever get them. Dak Prescott, I'm not shitting you. If there was someone on the side of the street that had a gun pressed to their head and the person was cocking back the hammer to kill them and Dak intervened and saved their life, the guy who had the gun to their head would give Dak the finger and just walk away. He is by far the most overhated human being probably at this point on the planet. H says, I'm sorry to the Commanders for thinking the Giants were better than them. I am too. I am too. Connor says, I'm sorry, Desmond Ridder. I thought you were going to be a top 15 quarterback this season, but now I see the Falcons need Taylor Heineke or Ryan Tannehill more than you under center. Top 15? Here's another Falcon one from DK Onyx. He says, I'm sorry I trusted your head coach again, Kyle Pitts. You deserve better. Look, you can maybe blame Arthur for certain things, but I think Desmond Ridder is more of why Kyle's not getting the ball, man. Hawks Nest apologizes to Gino for calling him a one-hit wonder and saying he's going to be the reason the Seahawks lose this year. Are you a Seahawks fan or what? I don't understand. You hated on your own guy? Lion King apologizes to Aaron Glenn. He says, I'm sorry for suggesting you should have been fired after the Seahawks game for getting no pressure. Since then, the Lions have had 12 sacks in 2 games. My bad, AG. Gosh, man, that seemed like you really jumped the gun on that. Caden Miller says, I'm sorry, Lord Nicholas Jamal Chubb, for me not breaking my knee in your place. Hopefully, Lord Chubb forgives me. Trust me, man, I'd give my ability to walk for him to play right now. Thomas says he's sorry for absolutely nothing. Fair enough. Rams fan 99 says, I apologize to my Lord and Savior Puka Nakua for not worshiping him sooner. Look, man, there is not a human being going into week 1 that thought he was going to be an absolute stud. Nobody, not a fucking soul. Half the league, more than half the league, didn't know who he was. So you don't need to apologize, but at the same time, yeah, we all do. So I think that's a good one. Here's one from Kenny Pickett Lover. He says he's sorry to Russell Wilson. I thought he was a bottom 5 quarterback when he really just has no team. Brody is going off. Hey, I tried to tell everybody he was not cooked. Orbital Goose says he's sorry to Nico Collins. I thought you weren't going to have a breakout year this year. Brother, going into this year, I thought Nico Collins was like I don't even know like the right comparison, like a Jamison Crowder, you know, like a third option, just a guy who gets you an occasional first down. So I'm sorry to him too, man. He's an absolute stud. It was an apology to me. I'm sorry, Wyatt's World, for thinking Delvin Cook might actually be a fine running back this year. You were right the entire time. I mean, to be fair, I didn't predict him to be this bad, though. He's really, really bad. Jimmy says he's sorry for not buying the Lions hype. As a lifetime fan, I've been disappointed too many times. It appears I was wrong. Honestly, low-key, in a way, makes sense for Lion fans to not have hope in their team after the previous, past that they've lived through. All right, I'm just trying to find some new apologies now. I'm just running into the same ones because everybody's apologizing for either Desmond Ridder thinking he was going to be good or a lot of ARs. A lot of Nico Collins and CJ Stroud. Here's one from Optify. He says, I'm sorry to Derrick Henry. Every year I think he's washed and get ready to do a victory lap on it, and he just never sucks. I don't get it. I respect you saying this publicly, and I'm gonna try and think of a player that I am like this with. Like, that I think they're just gonna be done and every year they just shock me. This is gonna sound horrible. Absolutely horrible, but honestly, Adam Thielen. For the last 4 years, I've told myself he's done, and every single year he has come back. He does get hurt, but he plays at, pretty much still an elite level when he's healthy. Like, yeah, no, he's not a top 10, top 15, top 20 receiver, none of that, but I'm just saying, like, when he's out there on the field, he's still making damn good plays, man. He is still white lightning. I love you, Adam. But anyway, guys, I think that's going to be all for today. I really hope you enjoyed this video, and make sure to follow my Twitter to participate in any future Twitter videos. Also, just want to say I'm not sure if I'm going to post tomorrow. I might not. Like I said, if I miss it, I'm all good. But with everything else that I just said, I'm going to hop off and get this edited so you guys can watch it on time. Show support, have a great night, and as always, I will see you in the next video.